Hello everyone, I'm Louise Winchester from Sacred Space. I'm the spiritual business mentor, and this is Laura Ansell, the happiness coach. And we're going live this morning to talk about crystals and crystal energy and how they heal you. And we're also going to be talking about Laura's journey through Quantum Leap, or the Quantum Leap Transformation Program, and her business and what she's currently launching, which is called
my website or my program.
Your program.
It's Empress Yourself, finding the king and queen within yourself. So it comes in 3 different parts, and it takes you through the different layering processes of awakening, finding yourself, and then going into the deeper levels of the cool levels, I call it, going really deep into finding out about yourself, all your levels, your darkness, your light, integrating all those things and putting out your purpose, whatever your purpose is. So it covers different levels, from people that have just gone through an awakening and they're at the beginning stages, to people that are a bit more advanced, people that have been doing it for a while. So it covers everything, and it's really a way for people to find who they are and live their best lives. That's the reason that I wanted to do it, to allow people to
So for our community of people in Sacred Space, it's all going to be online on her new website. Which is lauraansell.global. So it's all virtual, which means that you can watch it as many times as you need to. You can watch it whenever you want to. I found that doing the webinars, it was difficult to get everyone together. So this way, you can watch it in your own time, your own space, and the first 4 lessons are totally free, which is really cool. Oh, excellent. How many lessons are there?
12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
The first 4 are totally free, and they're all half an hour long. So there's some really good information that comes with meditations and tips and things that you can do. And I think I always, the way I view life, the way I teach is very different to what a lot of people do. And a lot of people come to me and they say, I've tried all this, and I've tried that, and I've tried what everyone else tells me to do. And the way that I approach things and my methods are a little bit different, and it seems to work. People seem to like it, and it helps people.
Especially when you haven't done, like, there seems to be a lot of people coming through at the moment that have, they've just built up all the toxicity and anxiety about life, and they're looking for something finally to apply themselves to, or a course to apply themselves to. So, hello Agatha. Agatha's over in New York.
Hey. When did I last go to New York? A year ago, I think.
Really? I've never been.
Oh, I've been about 8 times. You should go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've been there a lot.
Awesome.
I'll show you around.
Can't wait. Okay, so thank you for joining us, Agatha, and anybody else who's watching. We're going to be talking about Laura's journey through Quantum Leap Transformation Program in a minute. And just because she's just finished and she's just launched her new website, and she has a course that's coming out shortly. And also we're going to be talking about various different crystal frequencies that help with really the energy of the moment at the moment, which is helping others with what they've, with shifting their consciousness out of negativity into positivity, and getting more light in the body, taking better care of themselves, taking better care of their minds. So I've got on the table some crystals frequencies here that I can talk about. And I might just start with talking about some crystals, and then we'll jump back to Quantum Leap later on. Okay, so one of the crystals that you want me to talk about, aquamarine. She wants me to talk about aquamarine. So this is a really stunning aquamarine. It's really beautiful. And just so anybody, there is some notes in the comment section on here. If you see anything that you like, you can always say sold, and there's some rules around like how to email us and all of that sort of stuff, so just have a look at that. This is a stunning aquamarine piece. It's beautiful crystal. So what aquamarine, I don't think you can see what it's like on me, but it seems to be very dark at the bottom of our screen at the moment, but we're not sure. Aquamarine is it taught me so many lessons, aquamarine. When I first set up Sacred Space, some people know and some people don't, I actually came out of the construction industry and engineering, and I was on site for 22 years, even though I studied metaphysics my whole life. and it's a very, very yang environment to work in. So if you work in corporate, if you work in a very male-dominated industry, eventually you'll come to a point where you actually want to reclaim your femininity, your softness, and speaking to people from a loving place rather than a demanding place. And aquamarine is really good for two reasons, because it helps you bring forward that femininity in how you communicate with people, and it kind of heals that masculine side that's had to like fight to get a career and fight to sort of be, it's almost like there's an imbalance in your own equality to, as a woman, to work in a man's world, right? And I also find that aquamarine is really good for people who are incredibly submissive and can't speak up and can't speak their truth, and that's why it's such a beautiful crystal. And related to the aquamarine crystal is pink kunzite, which is a beryl. This is part of the beryl family, and I think there's a green beryl, and I don't know, there's 2,500 minerals, so I don't know everything there is to know about crystals, but pink kunzite is a pink, I always say to people, it's a pink aquamarine. I can grab a tiny piece of it.
People tend to, I've noticed when I do my work with my clients, especially men, they tend to have loads of war templates.
Oh, right, okay.
Like clearing that masculine energy, where they don't want to fully step into their masculine, or the women don't want to embody their masculine because they have the war templates and the constant fighting and that kind of ego energy. And that, I reckon, would help as well.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And when it comes to men, even though, a lot of guys won't wear something as dazzly as this, they can always find, this is called a double terminated pendant. And this one's set with silver. But you can find aquamarine versions, or you can ask us for an aquamarine of a double terminated pendant. So, everybody in the younger generation would wear one of these because they're quite small. They're not super big. They're only about, overall they're about 2 centimeters. Now this is pink kunzite right here. It probably looks a bit white, but it is pink, and obviously the clearer it gets, the more gem grade it is. And pink kunzite is one of the main crystals. I always say to people, this is a good healer of when almost like tragedy has happened and you weren't expecting that kind of tragedy, and you have an awful lot of heart loss. So much more than rose quartz, it's a real healer of, it's a divorce healer too. It's a biggie. And loss of children.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really deep heart one, this one. I'm getting quite emotional.
I can see she's sparkling in the eye.
Oh God. Hi Faith, how are you doing today, darling? Okay, so healing heart trauma. This is just a little baby aquamarine. These don't cost very much. You can always put them in your bra or in your pocket, and these are great, these little aquamarines for keeping you calm.
Might need one of them sometimes. When work gets stressy and you get,
Yeah, well, everybody should have, especially if this is the main Keep Calm corporate crystal.
I like it. I might need to buy that before I leave.
Yeah, this little baby.
I'll take it.
You can have
Thank
that little
you.
baby.
I'm gonna get that.
Okay, now this is sodalite. I just want to talk about sodalite a little bit. Sodalite is one of the first crystals that I remember as a kid using. So I got a slab of it and I started to experiment with it. And I'm talking about probably about 13, something like that. I started to work with crystals. And I had a headache, and I put this slab of sodalite on my head, and I breathed in and out the sodalite, and it fixed my headache. And so ever since, I have said that sodalite fixes headaches. And this...
Oh, calming.
Yeah, this little transcript here says sodalite is calming. It alleviates fears, calms and clears the mind, brings clarity, and it says good for communication. But I would say its main priority is like, for some reason it's not placing it here. It's actually a mind crystal, and it's a really good like absorber of negativity.
Maybe because does it say fear on there?
It says fear.
Yeah, clearing fear. So maybe the mind, and when you're worrying and all this stuff, it creates headaches and tension. Maybe
I don't know. I remember having a really bad headache as a child and putting. I've still got the slab at home. How sweet is that?
It's very cute.
Okay, and now this is another calming crystal. This is blue lace agate. We talked about blue lace agate last week.
Yeah.
Blue lace agate is an emotional body healer. So we have a physical body, and then we have all these layers to our etheric: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and then out into the light body. And blue lace agate is one of the main crystals, along with this puppy here. I was going to grab this one because that one's a bit heavy. This is selenite. Selenite is an ether crystal, and it's the main sacred space crystal for cleaning out the etheric layers that we build up. So we build up memories in our physical as well as our etheric. So our etheric is really storing, because when we go back to spirit, we're storing all that information in the ethers. And those two crystals, selenite and blue lace agate, are the main ones for that.
I always use selenite when I'm tired or drained. I've got like a big pebble of it, and I just hold it in my hand all day.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm cooking and it's in my hand. Because it cleans me out. It's really weird. It just cleans my whole energy field out. And then I put it down when I feel like it doesn't need me anymore.
Yeah,
and it's
brilliant.
done. It's like, we're done. Yeah.
I just saw the shrimp in Nemo. You know, the one that in the tank?
Yeah.
Where he goes along and he's cleaning your
Oh, is it? Yeah, his little legs. That's the selenite. It kind of, I feel it. I hold it and it kind of starts going like this and all around my energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that one must be programmed for you to do that. But like selenite, here's a big slab. Well, not a huge slab, but this is a fairly big piece. This is really good under your bed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I put one under my pillow.
Like under your pillow?
I do, yeah.
No, I'm talking about actually under the mattress. So this is a selenite, and you can run it sort of where your spine is, here to here, and that's really good down your back, under the bed. And if you're meditating at night, you can actually take your energy down into it and kind of like clean your energy like this through the selenite. It's awesome. This is a very heavy piece. I reckon this is a couple of kilos, and it's about $150.
Yeah,
so wherever you are, we don't want to like get all the selenite out of all the mines, but even if you work with a small piece of selenite, then it's fantastic at cleaning out your etheric field. So I highly recommend that you get some selenite. Who else have we got on the call today, on the live? Give us a thumbs up and tell us where you are. Can you tell us where you are? It's just interesting to see who's connecting. Where are we going next?
Where would you like to go? What about this guy?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about some of the darker crystals, because like I seem to be the people that are coming in at the moment are trying to clear like long-term toxicity, toxic relationships, toxic states of mind, depression, anxiety, shadow projection. All sorts of things are going on where the collective is almost like activating people to the next level of awakening. I see a whole new wave of people coming through that are awakening. Hi Robin, hi Simon, hi hello.
There is a new wave, I've noticed.
There is a new wave.
I've been getting emails from people asking me questions that are very, I thought, wow, I remember asking this question 3 years ago. There's like a whole new layer of fish coming through.
Fish?
Yeah, fish is coming through. Because we've risen up as healers. We've gone to the next level. We can feel, we talked about that. And everyone's going up, so it allows newness to come through.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So if you're having to support others, or you're trying to support yourself at this point in time, let's just talk about shadow.
I love shadow stuff.
Okay, why don't you start with shadow?
Shadow projection or shadow self?
Shadow self and then shadow projection.
Shadow self. We all have our own shadow self. We all have our own darkness. And from what I teach, in order to feel whole and complete, and part of self-love is loving everything about yourself. So we have to remember that we have a body here, but we're an energy. We're a long timeline of energy. So everything you've been through in your past timelines, you're going to carry that with you. And it usually, whatever you, in your past lives, whatever you die with, you carry that energy through into the next body. So that gives us really strange things in this lifetime. I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, I don't want to do this triggers me, that upsets me. And it's all because of what we have in our timelines. And if there's things in there that's which we all have, pretty dark, something that hasn't been dealt with yet, it gets bigger and it gets bigger and it becomes like a shadow part of yourself. And I've seen people come to me with entities on them that they can literally see them. Like one woman, she had it in the corner. She's like, I see this dark ball of energy in the corner of the room, and I'm like, well, it's you. It's separate, but it's a part of you. It's part of your darkness, and it's just emotions and energy that's trying to move through. So you can use crystals to help start to clear it on your time levels. Sunlight, I use that a lot. And when I work with clients, when I clear entities or curses or dark stuff, I always have my sunlight with me to cleanse the energy around. But so that's like the shadow self, but it can come across as entities and things trying to get on you. You have to stay very clean. Energy has to stay very clean. I don't tend to get too much dark stuff try to get to me, but I will notice it if I'm tired, if I haven't been eating right, if I haven't slept. I'm vulnerable to projection of people because my vibration lowers. Which allows people with lower vibrations to walk into my experience. If I take care of myself and I put myself first, my vibration stays high, and therefore I don't bring in those energies. So we have to remember to keep ourselves. People don't always take care of themselves. They put everyone else first, and there's going to be certain things that we all have to do that makes us feel good. For me, if I don't sleep, I'm in trouble because my energy just goes straight down, and with all the clients I have, it just drops me. So I have to sleep, but it makes you more vulnerable. If your vibration's low, you've got to keep it up and you've got to stay high, because otherwise you can get projections and you can feel other people's pain. It's different. As an empath, feeling people's pain is very different to having someone put something on you. It's a whole different experience, and I can feel when something's on me because I don't feel myself, and it's pulling. It feels like it's pulling me down. And I use sunlight to cleanse, and I do meditations, but I do also use other crystals that we have that we're going to talk about today. Black onyx. I carry black onyx with me. Onyx for a year. I used to have it as a necklace, and it would cover my heart so that nothing went through there, because that was my biggest shelter.
Yeah, sometimes when you're going through an awakening process, or you take spiritual initiations into channeling and running energy, you become extremely sensitive. Yeah. I remember when I did my Reiki attunements, and I could not, if I went in a shopping mall, I'd spend 4 hours cleaning my energy afterwards.
I wouldn't even go in.
Like part of, I know, but that would just be to go and get some shopping. Back in the day where you couldn't actually order it online.
Yeah, right. That's what I do now. So
I'm sure you do. But back in the day, so as you develop your abilities or up-level yourself and take different spiritual initiations, you can go through, I had 4 years where I couldn't drink coffee because I was told not to drink coffee. And I was given by Spirit a really, really good way to kick your coffee habit, which I'm now back on, is to drink carrot juice. And I went, are you joking? And it worked. It worked. It took away the your caffeine requirements immediately. And I was working in full-on construction back then. So,
what was their reasons for not drinking coffee?
I'd just taken my attunement, and so I was trying to pull light. And obviously, there's something in an attunement that impacts your third eye and your pineal and your pituitary gland, and I couldn't handle the intensity of coffee after I'd been attuned to channeling at that point in my life. So I just listened to Spirit. Spirit told me to give it up, and in 8 days, I just drank the carrot juice, and it worked.
Wow,
And it was like literally from the first day. So let's talk about how to transcend negative thoughts and negative thinking. And also we'll talk about shadow projection, because shadow projection is something that is very very invasive to other people. And it's quite funny actually. I find with shadow projection that it's almost like once you've projected your shadow, you're almost embarrassed that you've done what you've done, but you had no control over all of that. And that's the importance. That brings me into the importance of if you're losing it or you lose it at someone, the lesson is you haven't been cleaning your energy. You haven't been getting the help that you needed. You haven't been investing in having support around you that you need in order to, like, we all have support people around us that if we're not in a good place or we're going through a transition, we can actually get someone to work on our energy. And that's really, if you do lose the plot with someone, that's usually just the fact that you've been triggered and it's bringing up all your core wounding. And you need to do some work on healing all of that. And there can be layers and layers of it. So don't think that just because you go and get one session with someone and you feel better the next week, that there isn't other angles or other areas of what you were working like to transcend in that moment. So we're all going through a constant process of evolution as we up level and up level and up level. It's the whole of humanity. And I always say to people, what you do for yourself and fixing yourself, think of yourself as not alone in how you're doing that, because you're doing it for the collective. So as you shift, you're shifting your energy, so that impacts your entire genetic lineage as you go. What you change inside of yourself, for some reason I'm being asked to talk about victimhood. So victim, rescuer, persecutor. When you're in any of those energies, you actually have to go, oh my God, I'm a victim. I'm going to have to get outside of that. Oh my God, I'm the rescuer. I have to get outside of that. Oh my God, I'm the persecutor. I'm being really nasty. I've got to get outside of it. I've got to get above what's actually going on and happening. And so these are the crystal frequencies that I know of that help with, number one, every single day of the week, I have this smoky quartz. It's the number one brain crystal for negative thoughts and negative thinking. It's the number one crystal for anxiety. This is a fantastic example of smoky quartz in its absolute best. This is an celestial, smoky celestial. That's like a little spaceship, this one. These are called libraries. But smoky quartz is the number one crystal that if you were only going to have one crystal in your life, it would be smoky quartz for negative thoughts and negative thinking. And it's the main brain crystal for starting to transition out of negative based thought programs. And I can talk a little bit about what actually is going on in the consciousness. So in our minds we have trillions, I think, of neurons, and they're like tree branches, and we have electricity that jumps between the two. And this is like the tree branches, and the main tree branches for where the energy runs and how we run our consciousness. The thing is, we can actually make conscious choices in choosing to rewire that. So obviously there's an awful lot of literature out there on, biology of belief, breaking the habit of being yourself. There's a lot of scientific evidence, hypnotherapy, the work that we do, timeline therapy, all of those sorts of things, on actually rewiring the event, or an event that's connected to an emotion, that's connected to a problem that's been playing out in your energy. What actually happens is these two guys decide to change direction. So the energy, the electricity can no longer arc. A neuron finds another neuron. So it's almost like going from a negative over to a more positive branch, and it finds a new place for itself to start looping the energy. And that's why we then feel it as a transformation in our consciousness and in our reality. So smoky quartz is the main brain crystal for that. And then stress relief, hematite. So hematite, I think, has got many different qualities. Like, so many people come in. I've not actually done any work with hematite, but according to this little card, it says calming and healing, enhances courage, optimism, willpower and energy. I reckon this is connected to Spirit saying that this is your Earth Star crystal. So it's almost, there's some new level of grounding that needs to be activated in your energy and your consciousness when you're stressed. It's like bring yourself back to reality and get yourself grounded, so that you're not in your head and all up in the higher energies, and there's something that needs to shift, and hematite will bring you back down. So that's just coming straight in from Spirit. You never know what you're going to get on here. And okay, so I'll just talk about this crystal. This one here, this is obsidian, and I also have golden sheen obsidian and rainbow obsidian and black obsidian. So obsidian is a volcanic glass, and up in Byron Bay in Australia, I understand that there's a lot of obsidian under the ground, and it kind of brings up and draws up like what needs to be transmuted. It's like it'll bring up what's hidden, and it'll reveal itself and it'll show itself. But I would say also that this is a protector of shadow projection.
Yep.
Would you say that?
Yep.
What's your experiences with it?
I used to have it all the time when I went through, like, I call it the healing tunnel, because I feel like when we have an awakening, we go through this dark spell of basically our shadow self and it all coming through and clearing out, and then we come out the other side. And when I was going through that for about 2 years, I always carried that with me, because it would allow me to, any triggers that were in me, it made it really, not only, they always start coming out, the triggers, but it made it really apparent that there was something there that needed to be looked at. It wasn't just sort of like, oh, I feel upset, oh, I wonder what that is, whatever. It was more of a, okay, there's something here, what is it? And it allowed me to really see underneath the timelines of what it was, and then encouraged me to kind of remove it and release it. So I used it a lot, and then I kind of forgot about it, which to me means it had done its job, because the crystal leaves your life when it doesn't need to be there, right? So yeah, it was really good.
Yes, they do, and sometimes they disappear as soon as you've acquired them, which is really rare, but it does happen.
I had that with the green one, the
Peridot?
No, the other one.
Malachite?
Yeah. No, the one that's from the comet.
Oh, Moldavite.
Moldavite. I had it for 2 days and it went.
Yeah, I had that with the Herkimer ones.
Yeah. Didn't. Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. Moldavite is a strong crystal.
It is, yeah.
Let's talk about Moldavite.
Do you have one?
I have some. I'm going to find it.
Moldavite is the stone that runs away, though. It is known as, if you Google it, it's known as the stone that runs away. And people that do own them, you want to get a box like that. You put it, whenever you use it, you put it back in the box, because otherwise it will run away. And that I fell asleep with mine next to me, and I never saw it again. It's gone forever.
Okie dokie. So I'll give you my interpretation of, this is a Moldavite. It's a green crystal. This is a faceted one. A lot of people have raw Moldavite, and I quite like the cut faceted Moldavite. Now, Moldavite, in my opinion, it initiates change like never before. You absolutely, I always sell it with are you sure you're ready? Health warning. Don't come back to me when, it throws. Moldavite is notorious for throwing curveballs at your reality that you were not expecting whatsoever. So it's a very powerful crystal. It's there are a few different meteorites that have hit the Earth over the millennia, and I think most moldavite comes from Czechoslovakia, and it's about 4 million years old. And it's from a meteor that's hit the Earth and then created the crystal. It's not the actual meteor. The actual meteor looks totally different. I shall grab a piece.
I think I had the war one.
I don't know if you've ever seen this. So, what is a meteor? This has got a little piece of. Let me try and turn it around. See this one here? That crystal in the middle. Let me see if I can try and hold it. That's it. So you can see it's got some different sort of surfaces to it. It kind of looks like metal, but it's not. It's a crystal. And this is called Gibeon meteorite. And meteors are actually exploded sun solidified into rock and landed on Earth. So they're super high vibrational. And back in the day, maybe about, I don't know, 15 years ago, I had a disc of meteorite. I've still got it at home, and it has a Star of David cut in quartz over the front and over the back. And I used to call it my 12D shield because it was like bulletproof when I was wearing that. So it's a really good high frequency crystal because it really is our source energy that emanates from meteorite. So moldavite is really the byproduct of a meteor hitting a part of the Earth and creating the crystal. And then I always find with, I've got another one here, I always find with moldavite that it's a good crystal to take when you go on holiday. And the reason why I say that is if you are somebody who's sensitive to an empath where you're overly synesthetic, you get too much information by walking through lots of people, and you're a light worker, it's good to take moldavite when you're doing a transit and going overseas, because moldavite is a crystal of moving forward and going places. But it's a good shield energy when you're overly impacted by others.
That's why I bought it originally. When I was flying over here, I bought it for the flight.
Right.
I never saw it again.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought it and it arrived 2 days before I was supposed to fly, and I thought I loved this crystal, and I had it, and I fell asleep with it in my hand. Never saw it again. But I'm here in Australia, so it's okay. I made it.
Yes, you did. It's a long way.
I know.
Hell
I
of a
know.
long way.
Yeah, that's why I bought it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So I've got one more crystal to talk about here, which is connected to, this is smoky citrine, and I'm wearing a piece of smoky citrine. It's a fabulous crystal. So I'll just enlighten you all on so if you imagine a generator of smoky quartz and then a layer of citrine like growing over the top, and then what they do is when you have a generator, they cut out the section between the two. So it's not the citrine part and it's not the smoky part, it's literally just the gap between the two, and it's actually usually growing kind of that way around, so the dark bit at the bottom and the lighter bit at the top, and they just cut the section out between the two. So smoky is about negative thoughts and negative thinking, and obviously citrine is all about money and abundance and bringing money to you. But this crystal is more about releasing your negative thoughts or negative thinking or negative build-up around money directly. So it's quite a rare crystal. At one point I had to wait 2 years to find some more crystals in it to be able to set again. So it's an ultra rare crystal, and if anybody wants to heal their issues around lack of finances and shifting their mindset around that, or the energy that they're holding around that. And
that was the when I read that 2 weeks ago, I had that crystal, so I put it in the window with my debit card underneath it, and I made £2,000 that day. I was like, well, that worked. I'm going to do that again.
Excellent.
Yep, it works. Everyone get your debit cards. Put your citrines on top of them, and you'll be surprised.
Okay, but this is a smoky citrine.
Yeah, mine was.
Did you have a smoky citrine?
Yeah, it was bigger than that. It was sort of a little, what do you call it? Little spiky.
Okay.
Yeah, one of those, like part of this.
Cool.
Yeah.
You mean a citrine point?
Yes.
Okay. Slightly different. This is a smoky citrine. This is more about, like, I would wear this on yourself rather than stick it in the. Hello Sheila. Hello Marcus. Hello Joe. Thank you all for watching. Okay, do you want to have a chat about Quantum Leap?
Yeah, seeing as we're talking about travelling and these crystals.
Yeah, let's rewind Laura's
I'm not
journey.
from here, as you can probably hear by my accent. So I moved here in April, and I flew in from San Francisco. So I did some travelling before I got here to do with giving some talks about what I do. So when I got here, for those of you who are from here and know this area, the energy here is very, very high. So as soon as I flew in, especially coming from America, which the energy is different to here. So when I flew in, within about 2 weeks, I could feel my energy start to rise, and I could feel shifts in myself and my work. And I've been doing my work for a couple of years now, and I'm very blessed, been very successful in the work that I do. But it felt like it was time for an up level, and I didn't know what that was. I remember saying it to my friend though when I got here. I said, I don't want to do this anymore, I need to do something else. But I didn't know what that was, what that looked like, how I was going to put that out. And then probably about 2 weeks of being here, I was going to the beach, and I said to myself, well, I need a book for the occasion because I can't go to the beach without a book. And I knew of this store because I'd been here before, probably 5 years ago, with my mum when I came on a vacation. And I came in and I bought a book and a crystal, and I met you, and then I came back again. And I think it was the second time I came back when you said to me, well, I do this program, this Quantum Leap program for people like you who want to up-level their businesses. And I thought about it, and I went away and I thought that could be something that I align with, and I was letting it go through my energy to see if I wanted to do anything with it. And then I was washing up one day, and I just felt it go through, and it was like, do it. So I think I don't know if I came in or rang you what, but I was like, let's do it.
Yes, you did. You came right out of the blue at me,
yeah.
even though I'd made a connection with you, and I think some people that I talk to, when there's a resonance of project work that can be completed between me and someone else, where they can transform their lives, their business, and really up level to their highest potential, the energy from spirit runs really, really strongly, and it comes out of the words, and it comes out of the energy that you have as an exchange between the two of you. And I am really good at drawing out of people what they have hidden inside of themselves that they can become. And so I have a really good talent for doing that. And I know all the steps that are required to actually bring that into reality, because I've templated it within Quantum Leap, which is a transformational program. And there are 2 people that are watching right now that have also been through the program. If anybody's interested in finding out more about Quantum Leap Transformation Program, it's on www.louisewinchester.com.
Yes.
And you can see in there, I do something called a Chrome Business Akashic Planning and Strategy session, where I basically connect with your energy and pull down a lot of information about you as an individual and where to apply your energy to in order for you to move into more of alignment with your destiny and purpose. But also it's like a 2-way thing where you will be prompted to actually document all of the things that you could be applying your energy to, and I kind of review that, and we whittle down into stages. And I see it like a pyramid, where there are foundations to the pyramid that need to be built to get to the ultimate goal. And if you don't have the right business structures in place and haven't learned the skills you need to work literally every day with your business, then you can't climb the energy up to where you're going to get to. So Quantum Leap's designed to actually teach you all the different levels of structure you need to operate at optimum efficiency within your business. And how did you find that when you went through the actual program and the course?
Yeah, it was great. There was things that you guys can see my testimonial, which is on your website.
Just went up yesterday.
But there were things. So there were different things. There were things that I was already doing, but I hadn't gone to the level that you were teaching. And so those things for me were really amazing to learn about, how I can take what I can already do and make that bigger. And then there were other things that I had no clue about that aren't my area. Things like things that are structured, which is I'm not very good at, and things that are, you know, mathematical things and all the business stuff underneath it. Those things I had to really get my head around. But like I said in my testimonial, you're very good at explaining how to do it. Literally, it's baby steps, right? Well, you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this. And so it was easy to kind of get the process going. But it was great. So it was 10 lessons, and it was covered everything. It covered the foundation, the basis of the business. It covered all the channeled information that you've given me that we can put into the business, and then it talks about how to put that out. So it's literally, you build from the base up. So you build the foundation, you get everything ready, and then you focus on what you're going to create that around, and then you focus on what you're going to put out. And it's this energy. It's a pyramid.
It is a pyramid, and it's an up-level pyramid. So it doesn't matter whether you've already got a spiritual business or you've got an established spiritual business. There's always further to go. Yeah. Because sometimes we need, like Laura and myself, and the reason why I created Quantum Leap is that I needed to up-level into becoming a teacher, but I needed my own unique way of teaching. And my own unique way of teaching is that I have vast metaphysical spiritual knowledge, but I don't see myself as just teaching different courses. I see myself holding other spiritual teachers to actually deliver to their communities and support them to create their ultimate businesses. And that's why Quantum Leap's so good, because it doesn't matter where you are actually getting to a point where you'd become successful. You had nearly 19,000 YouTube followers and booked all the time. And there's always somewhere else for your energy to go. When you hit a sort of point where you know that you can't sustain this any longer, you've got to shift to the next level. So it's not just for people who are beginning their spiritual business, it's for people who have already hit a certain level of achievement and they want to up level to free up their energy to the next level, so that they can be more of service but less drained, I would say is the right word for it.
Because that's where I was drained, because I was booked up for months. And I still get loads of emails every day, people wanting to work with me, which is great, and I love working with them. But it's a lot when you're healing people every day and working with people every day. It's a lot, and you got to move with it, and you have to shift with it. And that's where I was. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Not like this. Something has to change. But I had no idea where I was going to go with it. And then the universe brought in this angel. It's like, well, here you go. So yeah, the universe hears you when you're ready to up level. It brings you what you need to be able to do that. And that was your program.
And there's always more. There's always more, no matter what.
Yeah,
there's levels and levels and levels.
It's constant.
And I find, if I get stuck on a specific thing, in the end I go, okay, please send me who I need in order to shift the energy around this. And you can see, sense and perceive different blocks that you have in your reality. So even if you're not somebody who's going to go into Quantum Leap and you're just someone who wants to make changes in their life, you only have to call on Spirit to send you the people who you need in order to make the transformations that you're making. I'm just going to have a quick look at the comments section and just see if there's anybody before we close out. If there's any questions anybody wants to ask.
No, ducklings.
I don't know if Marcus is still on the call. Are you still on the call, Marcus? Oh, you said you dragged it out of me, you sod. Yeah, I do that. I hold you to account.
Yeah.
And now I'm reaping the rewards. That's a beautiful testimonial from Marcus there.
You get to.
And it's not it's not super difficult.
No, it's not. And if you
It's
love
just
your
a
business
case-
and your work,
It's just a case of devoting some time to doing the work, and it's always great when I wish somebody'd shown me the way.
Yeah, I feel that. But I think everyone feels like that about that journey. I wish all the information, all the help I give people now, I wish someone did that for me when I was going through it. But that's how we become the teachers and the healers, because we have to heal ourselves, teach ourselves, and then we put it out.
I can't repeat that one, Marcus.
I can. I'll happily do that. Do we not swear on this channel?
No.
Okay. We swear on my channel all the time.
Okay. No, I'm going to keep it like kid friendly. Thank you very much. That's really sweet of you, Marcus. Okay. So, just wrapping up.
Yeah.
I'm Louise Winchester, the spiritual business mentor. I'm the founder of Sacred Space. We have a whole community of readers and healers that work here. There are 8 of it. There's 9 including me. And we're here to help and assist you on your journey. If you need anything from us, please pop in or contact us. We can do sessions globally. We can work with you from a healing level globally. So you can always post a comment or make a request, and we'll try and set up a time for you. And if you are interested in the Quantum Leap Transformation Program, please go to www.louisewinchester.com. And if you're interested in doing some inner transformation work, check out Laura's brand new, up-leveled, fantastic website that she's created for her community at
lauraansell.global.
Excellent. And do you want to just close out at the end of this with what was the transformation program that you're Impress Yourself? Is that the one?
Impress Yourself, 3 parts. Different parts are based on different energies of what you're going through. I based it around the temples of Egypt, actually.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you go through different temples to go through. That wasn't my idea. That was their idea.
I'm sure.
I can't take credit for that. But it was every temple you go through is healing. So you step through the first temple when it talks about the basics of your mind, your thoughts, your body, what spirit's telling you, how to channel, how to ground, and all the things that you need for the foundation. And then the next temple is all more about clearing your inner child, clearing toxic relationships, trauma in the body. If you've been through a lot, it's about clearing that, clearing past lives. And then we go into the next one, which is a lot deeper, and it's about the shadow self and the darkness. And really, they wanted that one. That was Anubis that came through on that. He really wanted that to be getting people prepared to get back outside, because so many light workers are in their head and they're in their homes and they don't want to go anywhere. And he wanted that to be, we're going into the dark bits, we're clearing it all out, and we're getting people ready to go out to the world and put out their light and put out what they've learnt, because we do all this amazing healing, and yet a lot of people don't want to go outside to be around people because they're too sensitive, and they get stuff. So it's about getting people ready to go out to the world and spread their message.
And we are looking for the next generation of light workers.
Yeah, they're coming through.
They are.
Yeah.
Because we need as much healing as possible on planet Earth. And whether you're an eco warrior, a crystal grid person, crystal healer, energy healer, all of your, whether you work with psychology, yoga, meditation, whether you're a reader, psychic, clairvoyant, medium, all of those individuals really need to now step up to a new level so that we can help to assist further with all of this transformation. And if you have a course that you're thinking about creating and you want e-commerce automation, I'm your woman, because I really know what I'm doing. And we'll wrap up. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all. And our next session is going to be on the 22nd of November. And we're going to make it slightly later. We're going to make it 9 a.m. so we don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Bless you all. Bye.